There are moments when everything seems still. Days pass, and the answer we long for doesn't arrive. Prayers accumulate like letters kept in a closed drawer, and God's silence echoes louder than any noise in the world. It is in these days that our faith is tested, but it is also in these days that heaven moves with greater intensity. Because God doesn't work on our clocks. He is not guided by our calendar. He acts in the time of eternity, in perfect time, and while we think nothing is happening, He is weaving a plan much bigger than we could imagine. The pain you feel now will not be in vain. The anguish that visits you in the early hours, that lump in your throat that insists on not loosening, every tear shed in silence, all of this is being recorded in God's heart. He sees, He hears, and more than that, He acts, not in the way we expect, not always in the time we desire, but always with purpose. Sometimes He delays an answer to mature our spirit. Other times He prepares us to receive something greater than we ask for. And every time He is teaching us to trust. True, trust is not the one that exists when everything is going well. It is the one that remains when everything seems to be falling apart. It is saying, I believe, even when no solution is seen. It is getting up to pray when the heart only wants to be silent. It is declaring victory before any evidence that it will come. This is what God desires from us, a faith that does not depend on circumstances, a hope that does not fade in the face of storms. Therefore, at this moment, I invite you to take a deep breath. Calm your mind, and remember that you are not alone. God's presence surrounds you now. He is with you. And even if the path seems long and uncertain, He goes before you, preparing every detail, clearing the stones, guiding your steps. Believe. He has already begun to work. You may not see it yet, but the miracle is already moving in your direction. Did you say yes? Then let's go together. Because there are more truths that need to touch your heart today. Maybe you are tired of trying, of believing, of fighting alone. Maybe you have thought about giving up. But I want to remind you, the victory that God is preparing for you will not be just an answer to prayer. It will be a living testimony. It will be a story that will bless other lives, because everything we face with faith is transformed into seeds of hope for other people. Your pain today will be someone else's healing tomorrow. Your desert will be a source of water for those who come after. But for this to happen, you need to remain firm, even when everything pushes you back, even when anxiety tries to shout louder than your faith, even when the enemy tries to convince you that nothing will change, remain. God's word says that those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken but endures forever. And it is this firmness that He wants to see in you now, not because you are strong, but because you have decided to lean on Him, and you know what's most beautiful. God doesn't expect perfection from you. He knows your limitations, understands your fears, respects your tears. He knows every thought that keeps you awake at night. But even so, He chose you. Even so, He continues to call you closer, because His love does not depend on your performance. It is a love that remains, that sustains, that embraces and lifts. A love that heals the most hidden wounds, that restores the weariest soul, and that transforms lives with a simple word, I am with you. So if this word found space in your heart today, I want to invite you to do something simple yet profound. Subscribe to the channel, but not just to follow the next videos. Subscribe as an act of faith, as if saying, Lord, I believe, and I want to continue hearing your voice. And if this message spoke to you, share in the comments what you are facing. Don't be ashamed. This is a safe place, a space for prayer, comfort, and communion. Tell us how God has spoken to you, and allow other lives to be touched as well. Now that you have come this far, take another deep breath. Feel this gentle presence that invades the environment. It's not just a video. It's an encounter, a calling, a spiritual embrace that comes from heaven to remind you, you are too important to give up now. God still has promises to fulfill in your life, and none of his words return empty. What he said, he will do, no matter how stuck everything seems now. His is the last word. And when God speaks, even the impossible bows down. Maybe you have prayed for something that hasn't arrived yet. Maybe you have been disappointed by the silence. But today God says to you, trust a little longer, because I am working behind the scenes. You know, when an artist prepares a show, they organize everything. Before the curtains open, so is God. He is preparing a beautiful scene, shaping people, aligning situations, creating connections you can't even imagine, so that, at the right moment, he can reveal something much greater than you expected. You are not waiting in vain. You are being prepared for something worth waiting for, and while you wait, God sustains you. He renews you. He pours out on you strength to move forward, peace to calm your heart, wisdom to make the right choices. And when you least expect it, the scene changes. Healing arrives, the answer appears, the miracle materializes, because when God acts, no wall stands. So, my dear friend, if this word touched your heart, subscribe now. But not as someone who just clicks a button. Subscribe as someone who finds a place of refuge, a shelter for the soul. Here is home. Here faith is strengthened and the heart finds rest. And if you felt touched by this message, share with us. What did you learn today? What did God say to you? What battles have you been facing? Your words can be the strength someone needs to continue. Tell your story. Open your heart. This space is yours too. And may the Lord continue to guide you, protect you, and bless you abundantly. Tomorrow we will be here again, if it is our Father's will. May God's light shine brightly upon you, and may your faith from today on be like a flame that never goes out.